I saw it first. A white rectangle sagging in the gutter, heavy with rain. My card. My name smeared, but there. On the back, big letters drifting in the ink. I-O-U. My signature under it. I didn't write it. I don't write those. Behind me, the payphone rang. I turned. The booth sat crooked against the brick. No light in it. The cord had a split and a wrap of tape. There was a plastic bag stuffed in the coin slot. It had a city sticker across the number. Out of service. My brother stood in the alley mouth, coat up. He lifted his chin at the phone. He shook his head once. It rang again. Clean, not loud. Rain beat on the hood, same pattern over and over. One heavy drip at the crack, then 2 quick taps on the metal shelf, then quiet, then again. Same every time. My breath made a little fog, even in the warm rain. It hung in the glass. "We got eyes," my brother said. "Leave it." We were waiting on a back door, 2 doors down. Restaurant deliveries. Our guy liked the owner. He pushed cash through the side. Wife wanted proof. Divorce, probably. The alley had steam from the grates. Wet cardboard. My shoes drank it in. The phone rang a 3rd time. I put my palm on the handle. It was slick. I told myself I just wanted to stop the noise. I picked up. "Good evening," a man said. Polite, smooth, not young, not old. "You're watching the service door." "Who is this?" "A good turn for a small fee," he said. "He will use the back stairs and the side door in 3 minutes. He will keep his head down. He will look left, not right. You will get his face clean if you squat on the crate and lift your chin. In return, leave the coffee receipt on the counter tomorrow. Do not pay it. Do we have a trade?" I looked at my brother. He stared at me like he was waiting to see if I would do something dumb. Or maybe he had seen this before. Hard to tell. He doesn't show much. "I can do that without you," I said. "Of course," the voice said. "Would you like to prove it? Or would you like to be sure? 3 minutes. Coffee receipt. Say yes or hang up. 1 ring to decide." The drip hit the shelf. Tap, tap. I watched my brother wipe his face with his sleeve. I thought I heard the side door latch. Maybe I imagined it. "Yes," I said. "Thank you," he said, and the line clicked. No tone. Nothing. I squatted on the crate. I lifted my chin. 3 minutes was long. My legs started to shake. Then the door opened. The guy came down the stairs. The light hit him. He did look left, not right. My brother nudged my shoulder. I took the shot. 2, 3. He went to the car. He walked without looking up. He was fast, then gone. I lowered the camera. My brother looked at me. He didn't smile. He just let out air. "We already had him," he said. "You didn't need that." "Now we got him twice," I said. It sounded thin. We waited another hour. Nothing else. Rain got lighter, then heavy again. Same pattern. Heavy drip. Tap, tap. Quiet. Repeat. I heard the phone click once behind me, but it didn't ring. I picked it up out of habit to check the dial tone. Dead. Of course. "Let's get food," my brother said. We went to a diner near the tracks. The kind with big windows and the same soup every day. The waitress slid towels under our elbows. My brother wrung out his cap. I hung my coat on the seat. My breath still made a fog when I leaned near the glass, even though the air was warm inside. The rain lines on the window chased each other in the same loops over and over. Maybe I was tired. It had been a long week. We ordered grilled cheese and coffee. I pulled the memory card from the camera and scrolled. The face was clean. You could see the scar near the mouth. You could see the watch. I had it. We ate. We told the fast stories we always tell. The ones with the funny parts and no one gets hurt. My brother laughed once. He rubbed his eyes. He looked old when he did that. He's not that old, just older than me. The check came. I pulled out cash. I hesitated. Coffee receipt. I thought of the voice. I slid the money under the plate. "You pay it," I said to my brother. "I owe you." He looked at me too long. Then he nodded. "Sure." We dropped the photos that night. The wife didn't cry. She stared hard at nothing, the way some do. She paid early in cash. She gave me a waterlogged business card from the guy's coat. It was mine. It had my name and number. On the back it said "I owe you" in my handwriting. Not my pen, not my pressure, my signature under it. I didn't remember giving him my card. I didn't remember writing it. I told myself maybe he got it off my website and printed it. It was ruined, anyway. Ink ran like the gutter. I took it and said thanks. On the way back, my brother said, "Don't take calls in the rain." "That's nothing," I said. "Just some creep." "You don't know him?" he asked. "No," I said. Then I said, "Not like I remember." It came out wrong. We slept a few hours. Next day was bright, but the air was thick. We had a delivery to make, 3 doors down from where the phone was. We went by at noon. The alley was wet even though it hadn't rained all morning. The drip from the hood kept its rhythm anyway. Tap, tap. I felt it in my teeth. The phone rang once. I let it. It rang again. My brother shook his head. I lifted it. It had dead air until I said hello. "Good afternoon," the voice said. Another small fee. "He will leave the envelope under the trash can in 60 seconds. You will not have to speak to him. In return, leave the gas receipt unpaid. Do not settle it online. Do not make it right later. Yes or no." I could have watched the man for an hour and still missed it if he chose a different day. I don't like long tales. I said, "Yes." I watched the trash can. A hand slipped the envelope under. The guy never looked at me. I waited. My brother put his hand on my arm before I rushed. "Let him get to the corner," he said. He always thinks like that. We got the envelope. The cash was there. There was a waterlogged business card with my name in it too, folded. "I owe you" on the back again. My signature again. I felt sick. Maybe I put cards everywhere and forgot. I do that sometimes. No, I don't. We turned in early. Case closed on paper. I sent the invoice. I went home. I fell asleep in the chair with the TV on. I woke up to the phone ringing and rain on the window that hadn't been there a minute before. It was warm and heavy. My breath fogged a little when I sat up. The TV said 11:04, then 11:16. I lost 12 minutes. Maybe I dozed. My phone had 3 new photos of the alley. I didn't take them. They were low, like from the height of the crate. I touched my jacket on the chair. It was damp. There were receipts in the pocket. Gas, coffee, tolls. All unpaid. all with my short signature on the bottom, where the tip line would be. IOU in the margin of 1. I sat a long time. I don't know how long. The pattern on the window repeated like someone playing a recording of rain. The next day, the city mailed me a letter for a parking fine I didn't remember. The notice date was last week. I keep a ledger. I know where I park. I knew. I stood over the trash can and burned one of the IOU cards, but it just steamed and stank like wet paper. It turned black and stuck to my fingers. I washed my hands and the black came off in flakes. Little scratches stayed in my skin, like ledger marks. They faded by dinner. I told myself not to go back to the alley. We had no case there. We had nothing there. But the next night, when the air went heavy and the first drops hammered the sidewalk, I was walking that way. My brother was there already, under the overhang. He had a hand under his jacket. Not at a gun, just a hand that wanted something to hold. "You don't have to answer," he said. "What is it?" I said. He looked at the phone booth. The metal had lines scratched in it. Not names, not pictures. Numbers. Pairs of numbers and hash marks. They were in neat columns across the back plate and the shelf. I hadn't noticed the shape of them before. They looked like someone keeping score. Not like gang tags. More like accounting, penciled in with something hard. I ran my finger across one and felt the grooves. It snagged. My nail caught. I pulled a chip out without meaning to and then put it back in like that would fix it. The phone rang. My brother flinched. "This is dumb," I said. "It's nothing. It's some kid with a prank box. It's just a guy with a scanner." I lifted the receiver. Dead air until I breathed. Fog on the glass when I leaned in. "Good evening," the voice said. "It is you again." "You're going to keep doing this," I said. "Only while you keep doing this," he said. "Would you like the wallet he dropped? It is under the third plank near the wet bucket. 3 seconds to pick it up before someone else does. In return, leave your wedding day without a bill. If you do not have one, then leave the next year on layaway. It will be marked." "I'm not married," I said. "I know. The next year, then. A small year. The one you don't use much. Easy trade. Yes or no?" "What does that even mean?" I said. My mouth tasted like pennies. My brother put his shoulder against the booth like he could push it over. 3 seconds, he said. He was patient. He counted very soft. 1, 2. I slammed the receiver down. I don't know why. I can't say I was brave. I couldn't find words. My brother hissed. "Wallet," he said. "We could have used the ID." I wiped my face. The rain felt warm. I blinked and thought it was steam. "Why do you care?" I said. "Why are you here like this is your corner?" He didn't answer. The ring came again. Same tone. The pattern on the hood kept time with it now, or maybe I noticed it only then. Heavy. Tap, tap. Quiet. Ring. Heavy. Tap, tap. Quiet. Quiet. I picked it up and held it away from my head. I said nothing. He waited. I held it longer. He waited longer. The line was not dead. It didn't hum, but it felt like listening. Not from the phone. From him. I can't explain it better. I tried to destroy the phone the day after. That sounds stupid now. It felt logical then. We had no other plan. I came with a hammer and a wrench. My brother held a towel up so glass wouldn't cut me. I pried the cradle loose. I knocked out the little plastic window with the rates on it. I left the handset on the ground. The cord lay like a wet rope. The city sticker peeled and stuck to my boot. The booth was just metal and a box then. It rang anyway. It rang from the box with no handset. It rang through the metal. It came up from the legs of the booth. It made the rain on the hood jump. Tap, tap. My brother swore through his teeth. He took the hammer from me and hit the box twice. Hard, with both arms. It dented. The ring didn't change. I went home without my coat. I didn't want to carry the smell of wet metal. There were 3 more IOUs in my mailbox. All in envelopes with no stamps. All looked like business mail. My name, my office. On the back of each card, IOU in my hand. The dates were from years when I was a kid. One looked like the pen I used back then. The blue I liked. I held that one a long time. My breath fogged the window even with the radiator on. I watched the side of the building. The rain came down the same way, in the same path. I timed it. Each long stream hit the fire escape. Tap, tap, quiet, repeat. It was the exact same. It shouldn't have been. Wind shifts. It didn't. I called the number on the city sticker. It went to a recorded voice saying the booth was retired years ago. I filed a request to remove it. They sent an email saying it had been removed. I went down there that night to check, and the booth was still there. It looked the same. The scratches were deeper maybe. Hard to tell in the wet. I might be remembering that wrong. I decided to ignore it. I turned my ringer off. I put the phone in a drawer. I took side streets. I ate at home. My brother texted. He said he could sit the alley alone. I should sleep. The rain came and went without pattern 2 days in a row. It felt normal for a minute. Then I woke up at 3 a.m. with a fork in my hand and a receipt stuck to it with something like syrup. I was in my chair. The TV said 2:07, then jumped to 3:11. I had no plates out. The receipt was from a place 3 blocks from the alley. I don't eat there. My name was at the bottom. Signature messy but mine. Tip line blank. IOU written sideways. The time on the slip was 2:29. I don't remember leaving the building. My shoes were wet. I went to my brother's place in the morning. He buzzed me up and held the door with his foot. He looked like he hadn't slept. He had a tin on the table with a rubber band around it. He took it off and poured the contents out slow. Soggy IOUs. Receipts. My business cards, all with IOU on the back. Little scraps of foil with scribbles. The ledger of a petty crime I had not done. He put his hand on the table like he had to hold it level. "This is not new," he said. "What do you mean?" I said. "I did some for you," he said. He didn't look at me. "Back when you were starting, you were bad with money. You were fine. But the cases were small. Winter was slow. I made a call. I answered a ring. It was the same voice. Polite. I made a cheap trade for something easy. Some receipts. Some days, that didn't matter. Some things you didn't need. You never even noticed. He kept it reasonable. I kept it reasonable. I didn't tell you. I thought it was nothing. It wasn't nothing." My head rang. Not like the phone. A dull buzz. I sat down without meaning to. "What did you give?" I said. My voice sounded far away. I always thought I would say thanks if he said something like that. I didn't feel like saying thanks. "An hour here and there," he said. "A week once. You were sick. He wanted you. He wanted your name on the card. I kept it on mine as long as I could. Then he called for you anyway. He knew you now. He asked for more, sometimes. He wanted a year once. I said no. He scratched at that, he said, and tapped his own chest with 2 fingers. My year. I don't know which one he took instead. It wasn't the one I thought. What do you mean? I said. He looked at me like I was a stranger, then shook his head, like he was resetting. Never mind. The air in the kitchen felt like the alley. Warm, heavy. My breath fogged a little when I laughed without humor. This is stupid, I said. We're grown men. We're making deals with a phone. He didn't argue. He just slid me one of the cards. It had my name and a date from this spring. On the back, I owe you and my signature. It said, in thin writing under it, coffee receipt, gas, 30 minutes, 1 old jacket, 1 lapse, 1 apology, and a smudged thing that looked like 33. I didn't remember any of that, except the coffee. I'd left it. I told myself it wasn't a big deal. The phone rang in my pocket then. I don't keep that tone. It was the payphone ring. I answered without thinking because some part of me wanted it to be normal. Good morning, the voice said. A good turn for a small fee. There is a man outside your brother's door with a folder. He is not a client. He is a claim. Would you like him to miss the bell? Easy. $3, a cab fare, and the minutes between 3 and 3:09. Yes or no? There's no one, I said, and then the bell buzzed and someone thumped the wood. My brother stood up so fast his chair fell. Yes, I said. The bell went silent mid-buzz. We waited. Footsteps went away down the stairs. We didn't breathe for a long count. At 3:07 I blinked and it was 3:15. I don't remember those 8 minutes. My phone said I made a call to the number on the payphone sticker. I didn't. Maybe I did. No. We can't keep this, I said. We have to end it. How? My brother said. He wants something, I said. He said he had a ledger. He always had a ledger, my brother said. He looked at the slab of the table like it could show him a new thing. He rubbed the scratch marks on the wood from when we were kids and ate there. He put his hand on them like they were warm. We went back to the alley that night. We didn't bring tools. We stood in the rain and let it run down our necks. The drip off the hood kept the same pattern. It matched my heart. Or I told myself that later. My breath fogged the glass when I stepped inside the booth. The ring came at once, like he had been waiting. It filled the booth. My brother stood just outside, a shoulder against the metal. He was calm. He looked like a man at a bus stop. He wasn't calm. His jaw moved. I lifted the receiver. My hand didn't shake. He's here, I said. I know, the voice said. He sounded pleased without being pleased. It is time to settle. Oh, what's the price? I said. You have made many small trades, he said. You have bent the page. The totals are due. The rate has changed. I looked at the scratches on the metal. They weren't random lines. They were columns. Numbers down one side. A mark where each year would be on a pocket calendar. My initials next to some. My brother's next to others. The marks had little cuts to show halves. Some had dots. Some had circles. At the bottom of one column was this year, a line between it and the next. Under that, 3 more marks. They looked like raindrops. They looked like nothing, really. They were just scratches. You will give me 1 year, he said. Clean. You will not owe receipts that year. You will not remember the little cuts. You will not hear the ring. You will work and eat and sleep and wake. I will take the year when I choose. You will not know which. If you give me his year instead, I will clear your column. Your column only. That is the offer at this stage. My brother stared at me. He didn't say no. He didn't say yes. He just stood there and waited for me to be the kind of man he thought I was, or the kind he knew I wasn't. I don't know. What if I say no? I said. Then the fees continue at the street rate, he said. Each ring, each small thing. We will make a bond instead of a bargain. The ledger will grow. You will hold more in your pockets. Others will hold it too. It will spill into things you didn't mean to promise. Your brother knows this. He has paid it before. He looks old now, he said. Don't talk about him, I said. A car went by on the cross street and sent a little wave down the gutter. It pushed a soggy business card along the curb and it turned against the drain and stopped. It was mine. IOU faced up. My name dark and clear under the wet. I had a pen in my pocket. I don't know why I had a pen in the rain. I never take one on stakeouts. I took the cap off. The ink didn't run yet. If I give you me, I said, if I give you my year, you clear his column too. Unnecessary, he said. He is not the party to this call. It's the same file, I said, and my voice cracked. We worked it together. That has to count. Not in this book, he said, and he meant the scratched metal. He didn't sound mean. He just said it like a clerk. I looked at the cuts. My brother's marks went farther down. Not because he was older. He had more scratches for one. There was an empty space under my name at the end of this year. My pen dripped on the shelf. Tell me who you are, I said. A polite voice, he said. That is all you need for now. If the name will change the price, then you may name it yourself. He paused. Do you accept? My brother put his hand on the metal. He set it flat. He made fog with his breath on the glass and wiped it away with his sleeve. He shook his head. He nodded. He shook it again. He was not helping. I thought of the man at my brother's door. I thought of the way the rain repeats. I thought of the cheap wins, the wallet under the plank, the envelope under the can, the pictures. It had all come easy. It never comes easy. Not for me. I had felt good about it for a half hour, and then not. I didn't want to pay with his time. That was mine to give, not his. My year, I said. Take mine. Leave his. The line clicked. The ring hum faded down deep, like it was underfoot. The booth felt colder. The rain slowed. My breath fogged and then didn't. At the end of the year, I said, you said when you choose now. Get it over. That is not how the contract reads, he said, still polite. The edges were hard now. We are finished. Do not destroy the booth again. You are wasting both of us. Wait, I said. My brother. The line went dead. Not dead like broken. Dead like a door closing. The receiver was heavy. I put it down. My hand left a print on the glass. It faded. We stood a while and didn't talk. A train went by blocks away and made the puddles tremble. The same drip hit the shelf and the same tap-tap. I counted without meaning to. The rain went steady. The ring didn't come again. You didn't have to, my brother said finally. He sounded sick. Yeah, I said. I did. I did. He flicked water off his cap. You should write it down, he said. So you know. So it doesn't sneak up on you. I nodded. I didn't write it down. We were quiet for a stretch. My phone buzzed. A calendar alert for a thing I don't remember setting. End of year checkup. It was months away. I deleted it. The act felt like something a kid would do to beat a test. We walked to the corner. My brother said he was hungry. We went back to the diner. The same seat was open. The waitress smiled the same way. The rain pattern on the window was the same. Exactly. It made my teeth hurt. We ordered sandwiches. I reached for my wallet. The receipt from the place I never go fell on the table. IOU on the bottom. My signature across it. I slid it back in. I didn't order coffee. We joked because that's what you do when you can't do anything else. It felt good for 5 minutes and then it didn't. I went to the counter and paid and left $2 extra because I thought that would fix the thing. It wouldn't. I knew it wouldn't. I did it anyway. It got quiet after that. My phone didn't ring for a week. The rain fell wrong and then right. Time moved like it always does. I slept bad. I kept waking at the same minute and then not, and I couldn't tell which one was the part one should be worried about. I saw the scratched ears when I closed my eyes. I saw them on the back of my hand when I washed dishes. They weren't there, but I saw them. Then, on a day that wasn't special, on a block I walk all the time, in a little kind of mist I don't like, I heard it. Not my phone. Not a car alarm. The rain came thin through the wet. I stopped. There was no booth on that street. The ring came again. My breath fogged even though the air was warm. It came from the next block, maybe, or the one after. I didn't go. I went home. I shut the door. I sat in the chair and waited. I felt a long hour press on me, or a short one. Maybe it was not an hour. Maybe it was a year. I don't know. I don't remember that day right. I'm writing this in case you hear it too. I know how that sounds. You will tell yourself it's a bell, or a timer, or the thing a truck does when it backs up. You will be right until you are not. If you pick up, say you're me. Say you'll take the next receipt. Say you'll cover the coffee. Say yes to the small thing. You might think you're smart enough to make the right trades. You might be. I wasn't. I held it together for a season. Then it leaked. If you don't pick up, it rings again. It keeps ringing under rain. Heavy. Tap tap. Quiet. Ring. Same every time. It will find you when the air is warm and your breath makes fog even when it shouldn't. It will wait by the gutter. It will wait by wherever they left a box and forgot to take it away. It will be a polite voice. He will offer you easy wins. He will show you the ledger on the metal, and your marks will already be there. Years. Yours. Mine. My brother's. I made my choice. I am asking you to make mine easier. When it rings next time and you are close, do me that favor. Take it. Say my name. Don't hang up. Listen. There. Can you hear it? Under the rain. The clean, thin ring. It's close. It's waiting. Pick up. Please. I hope you enjoyed that story. If you did, go ahead and hit subscribe. I've got plenty more coming. Give it a like if it sent a chill down your spine. And, of course, there's another one you can find on my channel. See you on the next one.